Jones here.
I'm Dylan Hughes.
I'm Travis Reeder.
I'm Ken Gushkin.
I'm Matt Field. I drive Link.
They are the most reliable ECU around, and they always deliver.
Their global tech support gives me the advice I need every time I need it.
Their products are super easy to install and easy to set up for the performance that I want.
They stand behind their products and support their customers.
They're always innovating and delivering great new products and performance features.
I drive
Link.
Formula Drift is brought to you by GT Radial. Experience the performance. Link ECU, the official ECU of Formula Drift. TireStacks.com. Stacks of tires direct to your door.
Welcome out to E-Town. This is round 4 of the Formula Drift Championship. We deem this the Type S Gauntlet, first ever purpose-built drift coliseum here in the Northeast. The stage is set. You can see E-Town here. I mean, this is a plethora. Would you say a plethora? Yeah, it's a bunch of different motorsports going on here, from the dirt tracks to the road course and the drag strip, formerly the drag strip, now the purpose-built Drift Coliseum, as we have described it to you. It is a long weekend as we have ProSpec and Pro. Yesterday was all qualifying, both ProSpec and Pro. Today is top 32. We'll find out who will win here at round 2 of the Link Engine Management ProSpec Championship. Again, round 2 of 4. This is the Touring Items Type S, the Gauntlet, presented by AutoZone. Here we are at Old Bridge Township Raceway Park. I'm Jared Deanna. Joining me up here in the booth, normally on the start line, this year has made the transition up here during ProSpec to give some great insight on what's going on through the driver's mind or what you think. But Matt Sopa, again, the official starter for Formula Drift, you'll be down there tomorrow for Pro. But thanks for joining me up here.
Absolutely.
What did you think of qualifying yesterday, both ProSpec, and let's talk about Pro a little bit?
Yeah, I think we saw some good performances and maybe a little bit of mistakes from the big hitters in ProSpec, especially Rudy Hansen and Derek Madison. Got some redemption in the bottom 8, and we're ready to party here. They got a little wet practice here, but they actually dried the track out for themselves, and I think we're at 100% full dry, and now we're ready to party.
Talking about qualifying yesterday, Dmitry Brutsky, multiple ProSpec champion, the Drift HQ BMW. He is very familiar with this course. And the kid, 15 years old. Let's talk about Jay Motorana, the Canadian driver. Didn't have nitrous in Atlanta, but shows up in a major way. He's only bested by Ben Hobson, but Jay, a lot of noise around him.
Yeah, put down an excellent performance, especially with the vehicle he's got. And then we got Hobson here with from Odie's camp, and just soaking it up there with that suspension there, and just never disappointing.
Absolutely. Number 1 qualifier. I look back at my run call, and some people said, man, way to make an exciting run sound boring. And it was just like, it was just happening, and he made it look really effortless. I think that's
exactly.
Right? It didn't have the huge X factor, but it was just clean. It was tidy. He showed up. Fans of all ages, how we doing? Yeah, that's you. Got the kids wearing the ear protection. But we are about to be uncorked here. This is how our top 32 bracket is shaped up. Again, number 1 qualifier, Ben Hobson, going against number 32. That is Sam McMahon. You can see Jay, the young buck, going against Huma Rahimi. Brutsky against Z Kennedy. And notably, Z Kennedy actually just went into the wall, so we'll see if she can get her car back together. So Drift School USA. Again, shout out to Taka, as they are instructors helping them out. So, and again, you talked about at the top of the show, that's Rudy Hansen. He got the win in Atlanta. He got the victory, and then he was the final driver to qualify. He got an incomplete. He had to go in the second run. So, I mean, here he is, down at the bottom of the pack.
Yeah, I was asking him, I was like, is this part of your strategy? Kind of, poking him in the ribs a little bit. He's like, no, I just got in my head, that. I'm like, yeah, that happens. Well, good luck to him.
Yeah. So Team Hansen there from Pocatello, Idaho. Rudy Hansen wins Atlanta. He is your points leader. You can see him and his team absolutely elated.
Yeah, he's hungry. I'll tell you that for sure.
I want to go fast, says on the back of the suit. I want to go fast, want to go sideways. So you can be fast, but you got to hit those outside zones. Speaking of the course overall, you know, as you know, we're going to walk it through. We're going to walk you through it here. And again, today is all about PROSPEC. So this is round 2 of 4. We continue on to St. Louis, Missouri, or just outside there at Worldwide Technology Raceway Park, July 13th, 15th, and then Utah Motorsports Campus, just outside of Salt Lake City, Grantsville, Utah, to be exact, September 14th through 16th. That is both a PROSPEC and a pro round. All right, so we did see some rain earlier. Yep, that's you. Say what's up. Wave to the cameras. Hey.
Got to break in.
Yeah, right. Don't hop the fence. All right, so and again, you know, this being round 2 of 4, there's still a lot of points available.
Absolutely.
As again, Rudy leads the pack. Ben Hobson second. Alex Yeager, this is his home track, right? So
yep.
Jaeger's home track. There's Jay, the 15-year-old, Connor O'Sullivan, Austin Mata, Farouk Kawhi, and Cody Buchanan. But let's just call it what it is. There's 3 rounds left. You know, the second round starts now.
Yeah.
You know, there are 3 points for our number 1 qualifier, 3, 2, 1, so on and so forth. Andy Haitley, who started the season out strong yesterday, trying to find that special sauce and put it all together for him. Any other drivers standing out to you that you're seeing up here that maybe could surprise us here this weekend?
I think Sam Magmami, looking at him in practice, he was putting on one heck of a smoke show and putting on the door on the, I forget who, but
yeah,
doing a lot of work.
Casey Cole. I think Casey Cole as well.
Yeah.
You know, he's got Stookie in his corner, the M-Spec boys.
Absolutely.
So they, I think they have, you know, something to prove. All right, so stands filling up. So earlier today we did, you know, I woke up, looked out the window, little drizzle.
Yeah.
But like you said, them driving on the course, continue to dry out the course further and further. The forecast, it could change. I mean, yesterday it said 80% chance of rain. We didn't see a drop of rain.
Right.
So you really can't go off of the apps or anything like that. So you just never know. All right, this course, very dynamic, very unassuming, the crazy 8 as I like to call it. But you got 3 outer zones, 1 inner clip. Where are the judges focusing that?
Yeah, like you said, on paper, you look at this course on just a 2D map, looks pretty simple, but we got the direct strip in the middle and all sorts of different elements and surface changes that can really contribute here. So watching here, virtual Chris Forsberg getting in that outer zone 1. They want that thing filled in nice and fast, get in the zone, fill it all the way through. Virtual Castro joining the party there, making the quick transition here in the outer 2, getting in there early and staying in there. Maintaining and control your vehicle here is important, especially when he's approaching that concrete. There's a little whoop in there that's not in our 3D world here, but it's affecting the car's attitude, as we've seen yesterday in qualifying. And they can make a nice smooth arc, leaving outer zone 2, getting real good proximity to that inner clip 1. Judges here, big point, want a snappy transition. They want to look like you're about to write that car off, as Brian Eggert said, going into outer zone 3, maintaining that angle, high throttle, and bring it out to the finish.
There you are, Torque Drift downloaded today. Rip it up on English Town now. You can play those very vehicles, either Castro or Chris Forsberg. Now here are the decel zones. You can see those red areas. So when you go to initiate, you're going to naturally slow down, right? You're going at blast, you initiate, it's going to slow the car down when you go to outer zone 1. Fill that outer zone. When you transition, we're talking about that X factor. Yesterday, that was a big main focus. Today, the lead car needs to adhere to the judging criteria. Chase car needs to utilize the lead car as a moving clipping point. When you transition to outside zone 2, your car, again, naturally going to slow down. You're going to fill that, like we said, intent. That's you brought that up with Chris Ewell, and that being his kind of main focus. And then, obviously, outer zone 3, you're tired. You know, you're you know, on that second run, like you said, a mental lapse, you could write your car off on that last outside zone. We saw a lot of it last year, and again, you know, we paved a little bit, kind of exceeded out there, outer zone 2, but overall, it's going to be an exciting run. Here are our keys to victory. Here's the key, Matt. Open the door. The GT Radial keys to victory.
Yeah, like we always say, we want to see that quick and accurate initiation. We don't want to see long dragging the handbrake into there. Filling all the zones is super important, especially that outer zone 2 goes on forever, and just want to like intent and, you know, with aggressiveness.
Yep. All right, so here are the chase driver keys to victory. Initiate close to the lead car. So wherever they go, you need to follow. Obviously, within, you know, reason, you're not going to follow them. You know, your mom, like your mom says, you're not going to do what your friends do, right? But keeping that close proximity, be intentional, transition, get up into the pocket. You don't want to exceed those front wheels, you know, and mimic the angle as well, because you'll see good proximity, but the angle is kind of 15 degrees off from that lead car. The chase car needs to mimic, drop into the pocket, don't exceed that front wheel.
Right.
All right, taking a look at our judges, as we have 4 judges through the entirety of the season, but they rotate one out. So each judge will be obviously scrutinizing 6 of the 8 rounds because you'll sit out. So Ryan Lontane will be sitting out this round of competition, but jumping in is Robin Ishida, Brian Egger, and Chris Ewell. So those are our 3 judges for this round of competition, both Pro Spec and Pro. So again, it's great to have Robbie join us once again, making his way from Japan. Brian Egger, definitely a busy man. Chris Ewell, again, busy as well. But he is yesterday I chastised him jokingly, lovingly, and respectfully. He was the X Factor Scrooge. He barely gave out any X Factor points. Matt Sopa, I know you've been around for 6, 7, 8 years of the Formula Drift family,
yeah.
But you know, just when you're a wee lad, when you're in baby's arms, 20 years ago, you started watching. I'm joking. I
was out of high school. Come on.
It's okay. Relax. Formula Drift is celebrating 20 years here in our 2023 season. What began in 2004 as just a fad and a concept of Ryan Sage and Jim Lau has now grown into an international affair. So again, thank you for being part of the Formula Drift DNA. Let's take a look back at 20 years of Formula Drift.
Congratulations. 1, 2, and 3. There it is.
I'm Jared Deanna, and I'm joined by my co-host, Mr. Ryan Sage. Ryan, we have a beautiful day, a great track.
I guess it's a win-win the way you look at it, but man, this is
Chris loses it!
Oh, and Darren McNamara, what happened? Oh, Jared. Tyler McCory drops the tire right there. Oh!
Raceman skills, Millen gets the win. But not phased is Daijiro Yoshihara.
Very fast into this corner right here. Oh!
Blazing speed, and he hits the outside rear clipping zone.
Great proximity from Daigo in the first one with a couple of airs.
I would like to see us continue to kind of move on the trajectory that we're on and continue to sell out events, grow the drivers and their programs, grow our audience, our live stream viewership, all the things that are important to us as a business. I'd love to see that continue to grow. And at the same time, what's important is that people are achieving their dreams.
All right, welcome back to the Garden State. Here we are, and we got the twin burnout boxes. This is great. This is just going to expedite getting those tires warmed up, get to the start line, get on to sending them. Again, Matt Sopa up here in the booth. I'm Jared Deenda. The GT Radio Top 32, Ben Hobson. He is one to watch, man. #1 qualifier. Originally from Alabama. This guy's got a great attitude. Sam McMommy. Talking with him yesterday, he was over in RCP's Rome Charpentier's pit. He was talking about, he says it's slick towards that the last section of outside zone 2. You really got to kind of sail it, get it out there. So he was fighting his car a little bit. It seemed like he had some grip. yesterday, if you can recall. So we'll see how he throws it down today.
Yeah, definitely. When it was raining out earlier, that last part of AutoZone 2 was basically like ice. But like I said, they tried the tracks off for themselves, so now they're ready to go 100%.
Here we go. Ben Hobson will lead, being that #1 qualifier. Sam McMommy giving chase. Turner wheels for the first time here, head-to-head, E-Town, Raceway Park. Pedal Commander Vortex Supercharged, GT Radial. Again, all these cars on GT Radials, all running the Link engine management system. There it is, McMommy gripping up, taking it on the inside. Ben Hobson filling all that first outside zone, getting all the way to the course's edge on outside zone 2. Stripes looking good, thank you to our judges and our staff. Tightening up, McMommy goes even tighter, taking out that inside clip. Ben Hobson, I mean, back to proper form, showing you why he is our #1 qualifier. And again, one to watch.
Yeah, that was exactly what I was thinking. That was the definition of a responsible lead lap for sure from Ben Hobson. Awesome initiation here. McMommy could have had a little more gusto coming out of the start line there, trying to sacrifice a little angle and for proximity here. But Hobson, he doesn't mind what's going on behind him. He's feeling that zone, getting close to the clip. McMommy still sacrificing little angles. They make a nice smooth transition here into outer zone 3. McMommy still trying to make up a little bit of ground here as they go through the finish line, but Hobson with the dominance there, filling up that outer zone. I want to take another look here, but McMommy kind of sacrificing line there out of this angle. Sacrificing angle, but Hobson just keeping it smooth, soaking up the bumps through outer zone 2. McMommy still trying to make a presence. Definitely not a present chase, but could have been a little closer to his door as he comes around. Hobson brings it out through outer zone 3. And we'll see what McMommy can do in the lead here.
Yeah, this is where it gets interesting. Nothing against McMommy or Hobson, but #1 qualifier versus #32 qualifier. So that just shows you the departure of how they're managing the track, and what you've accomplished here. So this is where it gets interesting with Hobson chasing down McMommy, who again is trying to find that special sauce. Just here we go. And now looks like he found it, man. He opened that packet and he is spraying that smoke all over the track. Well done by McMommy on initiation. Can he maintain it? Yes, he can. Ben Hobson banging on his door. Look at that. Hobson just tucks right into that pocket, gets a little smoke bath. He didn't take a shower. Now transitions into that last outside zone. McMommy digs deep, and Hobson does take a little bit of shallow line. McMommy gets that tire into the dirt. That will affect just a little bit. Not too bad, but hey, good effort by McMommy. But I got to tell you, Hobson with just a little bit more dominant of a chase run, just at first glance.
Yeah, I agree, Jared. McMommy definitely fulfilled his role in the lead car here. As he sent it a little harder than I thought he was going to, which was great. Hobson probably didn't expect that, so he's making up a little bit of ground here as they head into outer zone 2. Hobson's knocking on McMommy's door there. And McMommy holding steady, holding strong, not looking back, not worried about what's Hobson's doing back there. But look at the mimic here with Hobson getting right up in that pocket. But he loses a little ground there, sacrifices angle there. I don't think it'll be enough of a deficit that will swing it, but I think the needle is going towards Ben's way here.
Yeah, unfortunately, what I really liked about that angle, for Ben Hobson, or bad for Ben Hobson to be honest, but he does get the win. Ben Hobson gets the win. That showed you that he did have proximity, but he wasn't as far back as, and that's what, again, we've deemed that overhead camera the truth serum, because it really is telling of where your car placement is. You're just looking right overhead, and it shows you exactly that car placement. So Ben, he could have been deeper, so let this be known. Spotter's right next to us. You got to tuck back a little bit more. Good proximity, but tuck back, get into that, and fill that outside zone.
Sometimes you get hungry in that moment. You're like, I gotta get there, but it was a decent enough sacrifice.
And also nerves, because you're like, oh, I'm right there. But again, get that attitude, drop it back a little bit more. A quick little yank of the handbrake, that'll cause it to slide back a little bit, right? So, all right, so Corey Talaska versus Alex Jaeger. Talking to Alex's fiance, she said that changed out the transmission, went to Forsberg's backup transmission.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so they were working feverishly. They had the wrong bearing or something like that. So, unfortunately, but Alex feels like he's good. So he's going against Corey Talaska. Corey Talaska qualified 16th. Jaeger qualified 17th. So given that kind of Achilles heel by Jaeger, is he going to be? Oh, looks like somebody might have jumped the start. And Talaska will don't know who got a strike there, but Talaska will lead. Yeah, so Talaska rolling through the light. He just needs to hold firm, and then once the lights extinguish, you leave the start line.
Yeah, sometimes nerves can get you there too, Jared, as I know as anybody else on the start line.
Yeah.
It's interesting you're talking about Jagger's transmission there. The devil's in the details when it comes down to parts and mental and inputs. It all adds up.
Yeah, but it just doesn't feel right. You know, I mean, you're going to the gym. You're like, God, I just got this little thing right here. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like
a little knot.
Yeah, a little knot. Something just doesn't feel right. So hopefully it's all worked out. All right, Talaska, Jagger underneath the bridge. Here we go. Talaska initiates in that first outside zone. Jagger tucks in. The Works BMW against that NOS Energy Nissan Z. Now Jagger looks like he massages it in. Talaska does exceed that course edge, allowing Jagger to get that proximity. Tucks into that smoke pocket. Talaska knocking over that inside clip into that final outside zone. And good proximity, good control. Talaska was kind of like the attitude of the car. What did you see?
It was kind of, upset. One thing to notice was 16, 17 qualifier. We're seeing an even match here. Like you said, Jagger tucked right in that pocket. Could have been a little better mimic there, but he's also sacrificing a little bit of the line. He's kind of in front of the wheels there. He kind of pulls it back. But I like here in the interclip one, he pulls back so that he kind of mimics that line there. So he's not super sacrificing that interclip one. Last could have been deeper in the outer zone 3 a little earlier. But a very solid performance overall. The needle could go either way at this point. So we'll take another look here at the start line.
It gets really interesting just as far as we just saw that with Hobson. We saw that with Hobson.
Opposite,
So all right, Jagger's going to be out front. Talaska's going to give chase. Alex Jagger through that start chicane. No cones were hit. Here we come. The NOS Energy Nissan 370Z. Big initiation from him. Talaska. Bit shallow on that chase run. Now Talaska, see, there you go. So again, it's really obvious there when you see that back tire exceeding. You can kind of see it just over the hood of the Nissan Z. Now good transition there from Alex Jagger. Talaska. Oh, Talaska gets in the wall. Talaska bashing in that back left corner. That Coro Works.
Yeah, without
BMW.
Seeing from the other perspective, that might have been an incomplete right before the finish for Talaska there. So. Yeah, especially going back to the outer zone too, he definitely exceeded out of that pocket in the chase position. You can look here like Alex's initiation real good. Talaska trying to sacrifice a little bit of line. Good mimic there by Talaska. Jagger doing all his responsibilities really well here, but Talaska just had a little bit too much sacrificial angle there to get the proximity in the wrong spot. Also taking out our clips. You're supposed to hang back there and try not to hit that. As if your lead car gets a hold of that. Looks like enough of a straighten. That's not for me to debate, but that's definitely up for discussion between the judges here. Take another look at it here as they mimic through the transition there. Talaska, you'll see here, he's trying to handbrake. Maybe he's just got the car gripped up too much because you're actually traveling a shorter distance when you're inside there. And then, especially when you're in front of his bumper, it's going to accentuate even more. A little lazier mimic on the transition with Talaska. Maybe got lost in the smoke, nerves. He was prepared to write the car off, but unfortunately just the wrong time too.
And also let it be known, Alex, both their chase runs weren't just over the moon. They weren't insane, but Alex did have that proximity. He could have been deeper, but Talaska lacked both the proximity and the depth in that outside zone. So I think that's kind of where it's going to go the way of Alex Jagger, and there it is. So a good run by Corey Talaska, unfortunately bashing into the wall there at the end, but Alex Jagger gets the win in his NOS Energy Drink Nissan 370Z, so it looks like the new transit for him. He advances on into the 16.
Hopefully, Corey doesn't need that.
Swap it out.
Give him an IOU.
It's a backup, You might want to keep this one. This one right here?
Yeah.
All right. So moving on to our next battle. Taking a look at Blake Olson, the mystery man. Mystery man against Trevor Root. So you got Connecticut against Las Vegas.
Yeah, looking at Root's performance here during practice, he seemed to step it up compared to his performance in Atlanta. Wasn't much present, but I feel like he could be a little sleeper cell this weekend.
Right, we don't need a water. Let Trevor Root burn. Let's go, burn him down. But Blake Olson will be leading at Zone 1. BMW, Las Vegas. Giving chase. Look at that Blake Olson dragging on that wall on initiation. Down to that second outside zone. Trevor surges in attack. Look at that. Really deep. Well done. but is it too much?
Oh, no.
Trevor Root with that, holy cow, he's on the wrong side of that inside clip. So there it was. So yeah, he was getting close, had to snap it back, and was on the wrong side of the inside clip. Very aggressive, but like, take it back a notch, Trevor. Like, he's just like drooling, man. He's just.
Yeah, he was trying to reel
all
in that
over
fishing
him.
line, and
yeah.
it came to bite him instead.
All right, so let's run it back. Take a look. Blake leading.
Nice little flick, straight up handbrake. Root kind of right there, sacrificing, his zone fill. He's supposed to also fill those zones if he was right behind Blake where he should be. I like where he was in the pocket initially, but then he's, sacrificed a lot of line there. He's getting away. The car's probably losing or gaining grip as he's losing angle. I think if it wasn't for that little muck up in the inner clip one, he probably would have been in more contention here against Blake.
Yeah, just a little too aggressive, great proximity, and just going to that second outside zone, I think ended up biting him, just kind of surging that attack, getting in early, had to back off, and then it was too late. He was just already set up to go and grip up and shoot on the inside.
Really certain that's more wheels off at that point.
Here we go, Trevor Roots will be leading, Blake Olson giving chase. Root initiates. Strategy-wise for Blake Olson, we don't want to see inactive chase. We definitely want to see him pursuing, but if we, lead versus lead, chase versus chase, this is where, Blake Olson needs to find that sweet spot and make sure that he gets it done. And Trevor Root fills that last outside zone. Good job by him. But like you said, going to the opposite side of that inside clip, you got to imagine that exceeds the course's allowance.
Yeah, if you're on the wrong side of a clip, that's definitely a deficit on his course, or on his part. But Root's lead, I think he checked all the boxes here. Looked like Blake was a little unsure of himself following through. I'm not sure if they got any during practice together or not, but by the time the second half of the outer zone, Blake didn't let him go. He was able to stay right there in the pocket where he needed to. Good mimicking the transition. Root throw a little more angle into outer zone 3. Blake right there the whole time, and did a good job fulfilling his role as the chase driver there.
All right, Root and Olson waiting for the outcome. Slide him left for Olson, right for Trevor Root. And it looks like Blake Olson gets the victory. Blake Olson gets the win and advances on. All right, got how we doing out there, fellas, ladies, children of all ages? Got friends, family, fans, all different forms of fans out here. Andy Haley and Alex Licklider. All right, Andy Haley, the drift wizard, coming to us from Southern California. Here we go, Licklider.
Supercharged V8s under the hoods.
This should be a fun one. Andy, again, just seems the marriage of him and this vehicle have worked out well. We saw him win in Orlando, but love to see him show up here in E-Town. Here we go. Andy Haley, good initiation there. First outside. Ooh, Licklider, wrong way. The non-stop tuning vehicle, unfortunately, counters and straightens out. That's going to be a massive blow to his system and the outcome of this battle. Andy Haley, as long as he continues on, will have a major advantage over Licklider. There you go. So Andy Haley.
Yeah, he had a good qualifying lap there.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So I think the drivers are still a little timid from there's still a little bit of moisture there in the run-up and the straight up handbrake initiation, but Licklider kind of balled it up and threw it away there in the chase position. But Andy, one thing in the lead driver, you never look backwards. You always just look forward, do your responsibility, and this is exactly what Haley did here. And Licklider keeping it in frame here and putting on a show for us while Andy finishes out the run there.
All right, let's alternate the order here and see what Licklider could do as he's now out front. But with that major advantage Haley has, he's playing cool. This one doesn't need to. Oh, that's a cone hit. That'll be a restart. Taking a look at the bracket, you can see already advancing on. You got Hobson, Jager, Olson. Right now we are in the thralls of Haley and Licklider. Lick lighter. Have you seen his stickers? He made little emojis, and it's basically like licking a lighter.
That's really on the nose.
Yeah. Well, he said at Hyperfest years ago, I was like, light lighter? He's like, no, lick lighter. Like lick. I was like, oh, lick bic lighter. He's like, yep. So he made a whole thing that's about that.
Really leaning into it.
Leaning into it. That's what he said. All right, here we go. Lick lighter out front. Maryland flag on the roof. Cupcakes, football, drifting. All right, lick lighter, non-stop tuning. Supercharged V8, lick lighter, aggressive initiation, but it bites it. Got a lot of grip and shoots him in on the inside of that first outside zone. There he goes, gets into that second outside zone, but you can see Andy Heatley maybe a little bit timid there. Look at that left foot brake. I mean, that front left was absolutely blocked. Like, like you got a handbrake on that front wheel. All right, so unfortunately, lick lighter, little failure to launch there on initiation, comes up quite a bit short.
I just wonder if there's a failure of communication with the track conditions or what, but it was a good initiation. It was just about 10 feet too short, and also 10 feet too short in the outer zone too. Heatley sacrificed, I mean, he's almost not drifting there, but it's kind of hard if maybe the car's a lot slower than his, so he's trying to everything he can to keep that car at angle. You saw the left foot braking here. Lick lighter filling about 10% of the zone's total here, and Andy doing his job to have a present chase.
All right. Sliding left for Heatley, right for lick lighter, and it looks like the Drift Wizard will advance on. Andy Heatley gets the win and advances on. Heatley would be going against Olsen. Look at this. Man, that guy, the leprechaun, dressed for success. Man, I like the tuxedo, brother. You're looking good, looking great. Really dressed for the occasion. That's the biggest leprechaun I've ever seen.
Dang, you're right.
That is the hugest leprechaun I've ever seen.
I've seen
a lot of. It's like a jumbo shrimp.
This is going to be good. Illingworth and Madison.
You're like, shut up, Jay. Illingworth and Madison. You're right. Illingworth from Corona, California. Madison, D-Mads. Bit of bad luck, kind of going here and there and everywhere. Would love to see Mads, for it to all come together for him.
Yeah, I was just talking to his dad before, and he's like, yeah, it's just one of those things. It's either bad luck or that's racing.
Oh, there you go. All right, so Illingworth will lead. Derek Madison will be given chase. Illingworth qualifying 4th. Sideways Sean. I know Nico's cheering him on back in SoCal. Let's see what we got. City Auto Parts. This thing's a beast. This machine, and Sean. There he goes. Yeah. Little whisper taste of it. Here we go. So Sean Illingworth filling all the outside zone. Derek Madison does as well. Good angle from Sean out front. Living up to his name, Sideways Sean now coming into that final outside zone. Good speed. Look at that. An aggressive flick. Madison with good proximity, but again, I think could have tucked back a little bit further, but aggressive by nature, not because I hate you. Well done.
Derek's presence was definitely known there, and I love how Sean filled up that outer zone immediately and aggressively. Madison there with him the whole time, putting on a lot of angle there. Sean's filling that outer zone too. Madison's kind of weeble wobble, filling in the pocket there, but he's trying to get not trying to get a forward of him, but trying to find that balance there as it goes into outer zone 3, and Madison just kind of sacrificing a little bit too line there to make it a smooth chase run. I think he could have maybe put a couple more pounds on the tires and had a little smoother chase and still would have kept up just fine.
Seems that seems to be the trend, in that chase position, just getting comfortable with that proximity, but coming back just a little bit. Everybody seems to be on that same line.
Learn how to
Derek Madison, the Fuel Lab Technologies S14. Look at that, taps the bumper. He's going to slow down the car a little bit. Again, a natural decel, throwing Sideways Sean off. Sean gets disrupted. Just kind of got frazzled there with Derek Madison's initiation tapping the wall. We'll have to take a look and see if he slowed down at all, wow. So Derek Madison, he is a wild man.
If we had X Factor,
yeah, Mad Madison. Living up to his name too, D-Mads.
I think Sean got a little piece of Madison there during the transition here. If you look at this, very aggressive. You got a little piece of the wall there. Look at that little tappy tap.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. So I think that's what changed attitude, and it just kind of set the precedence for the rest of Sean's chase run here as Madison cools a cucumber out front. Sean trying to shake off that little mistake there after he tapped him, and a good mimic there. Sacrifices an angle, gets back in the pocket, but loses proximity. So if I had to say, the needle would be a little towards Madison after seeing that one. Let's see it from the sky here. Madison, awesome, hitting that last 3-2-1 cone, painted on the wall. A little boop there from saying, hey, I'm back here, let's go. But it's just gonna, I think, cost him the battle here. To be honest, it was a good aggression. It just happened in the wrong position on the track. So Madison pouring on the angle. You can see, I believe that was Madison's side skirt we saw in the frame there after interclip 1, and the rest is history.
Definitely shows a little bit of dominance. You give that little door tap, didn't disrupt Madison,
right?
And just kind of like, hey, a little poke in the bear, right? But sometimes the bear bites back, and it did there. So Derek Madison gets the win. A good effort there by Sean Illingworth, sideways Sean, Sac City, but unfortunately he is knocked out. So the Fuel Lab S chassis advancing on. You can see Derek Madison waving him forward. Bumpers be dragging. Racing Jason hanging out. What's up, doggy? The donut team just getting some bites, in. That's what's up. Knappich. Oh boy, dabbing. Okay. So that was 2 years ago. All right, Cole Richards and Casey Cole. So some more
NASCAR names.
Some more young men here, 19 and 34, and Casey Cole. He had one heck of a heater run yesterday, and then looped. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, it was incredible.
Yeah, it was really good. So, but Cole Richards, excited to see what he does here. 19 years young, supported by Cora Works as well. Casey Cole and the M-Spec Performance Cats, and here we go. All right. So Cole Richards initiates Cora Works at number 11. Great looking vehicle. Young. Had an opportunity to talk to his mom and dad out in Atlanta, and he just he attended a few years ago and says, I'm going to be doing that, and here he is, and putting on one heck of a show. Casey Cole, front row in a 19-year-old drift clinic. Well done. That Cora Works FRS BRZ 86 minus that back bumper, but Casey Cole kind of kicking back there a little bit.
Yeah,
maybe.
I expected a little more aggression from Cole in the chase position there. I don't know if it was the lack of Richards' angle here or throughout the course, but he wasn't as deep as I'd like to see in Outer Zone 1. That might have surprised Casey as well, so he brings it back around, and Casey just couldn't get it together. I think he's trying to, car's weaving back, but Richards is also doing his job as a lead driver. I just feel strongly that there wasn't as much angle as Casey thought there was going to be, and his car may not have been set up similar and just gripped up too much. It seemed like he was fighting it.
Yeah, well, just from jump, it seemed that he was like, okay, I'm going to temper it. And you got to think, how many times did they practice together earlier? Have they driven together against each other before? That plays a major role. So
I think we're looking at some replays here to maybe if Cole was straightened before the finish line, which would be an incomplete. And looking at the murmuring here and hand signals, it might be the case.
All right, take a look at, again, the news after this second battle. No, Casey Cole out front, Cole Richards. Ooh, look at that. Casey Cole, saying, all right, I'll get close. Let's bash the taillights out. Casey Cole into the second outside zone, but now Cole Richards. Tucks right in there. Casey Cole navigates around the inside clip. Ooh, just barely letting him navigate past the nose of the FRS, and it's a big angle across the finish line.
I think even if Casey Cole didn't have anything big potentially there, I think Richards was pretty dominant in this battle.
All right, so a good hard-fought battle here, and just given, again, the departure of their qualifying, I don't think that's an indication of their driving. Just like I said, Casey Cole spinning out yesterday.
Casey, like the aggression here and the angles he was talking about earlier, it seemed like Richards seemed to like driving at less angle, and he was able to get the proximity there, but he also did a little smoother than Casey did in his chase run. Cole's whipping it around here, maintaining a lot of angle and finishing his angle through the finish line, and Richards there, a lot of presence there in the chase position.
Yeah, this young buck can wheel, man. So we'll see what Cole Richards got in store for us, or is Casey Cole getting the victory? Cole Richards gets the win. So Cole Richards Casey Cole Richards.
Right? I know. I'm trying to save him. Like,
yeah. And I just never forget Kazuya Taguchi versus Kenshiro Gucci. Sage and I calling that race. That was a
real
tongue
treat,
twister.
I'm sure.
Real tongue twister. Hey, what's up? How you guys doing? Like the black and the white striped hat there. The twin burnout boxes. Looks like we got Nate Chen versus Kelsey Rawlings.
We got a loose bumper in there. They're ready to fall off.
Shredding their bumpers. Nate Chen from Virginia versus Kelsey Rawlings from Florida. Let's see what they have in store for each other. Nate Chen. Got the V8 in there, right?
Yeah, we got 2 supercharged V8s, 1 Chevy, 1 Ford.
And what you brung, and again, Nate Chen getting a lot of insight there. Speaking of Kazuya Taguchi, spotting for Kazuya, so same chassis, different engine setup, different engine package.
Oh yeah.
Nate Chen will lead. He qualified 5th yesterday. Kelsey Rawlings qualifying 28th.
Looks like we're doing a bumper delete on start.
Kelsey shredding her back bumper. Looks like we are ready to go. Our sending cars. There we go. Lights illuminated, or excuse me, distinguished, extinguished.
Lights out.
They are distinguished lights. They're very bespoke. All right, nice initiation by Nate Chen. Very aggressive in that first outside zone. Now coming into that second outside zone, Kelsey Rawlings, you can see, maybe holding back too much as Chen filling all that second outside zone. See Kelsey getting kind of all over the place, but Nate, Kelsey streaked out. That's a big correction. It's a major mistake, unfortunately, for Rawlings. But Chen ticking the boxes in that lead run.
Yeah, Jared, there was a really nice aggressive lead run from Chen. He's been swinging it wide to the right first there in initiation all weekend, and does a really good job here, filling all the zones, doing a nice snappy transition. Rawlings just couldn't quite close the gap there as smooth as she probably wanted to. Chen just out for another drive here, making a nice little qualifying lap. Not sure what happened in the transition with Kelsey, but forced her to grip up, straighten out, unfortunately, so that's going to be a huge deficit for her going forward.
And here we go. Kelsey Rawlings will lead on run 2. Nate Chen, after lead run. Flex his muscles here in that chase position. Kelsey pulling away from Chen. Early initiation from Chen. He does grip up. Ooh, that would seem, gonna have to look at that again. Again, it seems like he just kind of ran his own line, wasn't going and initiated according to where Kelsey was. Now they both are taking up Nate Chen way offline.
Come on, Nate.
Like I said, a really good lead run, but in the chase, both of them having some major struggles.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, we go back and forth. In order to have a good chase run, you got to have a good lead run.
Yep.
So I wasn't saying that Kelsey's lead run was absolutely poor or anything, but it just maybe not as consistent or what Chen was looking for. So I like the aggressive initiation from Kelsey there. They bring it around here, and Chen trying to do his best to fill the zone and his chase responsibilities here. He's just sacrificing a little bit of angle as Kelsey brings it around here, knocking out our inner clip, and that clip might have kind of been a wrench in the works. I've seen that happen once where a clip got in front of a front tire and someone left foot brake, and then it was all over for that driver. But taking another look here from the sky, Chen looked like he anticipated the transition a little too early there, going into outer zone 2, so it kind of set him up a little bit of a precedence here as he's trying to put the pressure on Kelsey. Now remember, he's already on an advantage here, so he really just has to have some presence here, which he does. It just wasn't as smoothly as I was expecting.
Yeah, it seemed like he was just a little early on everything, you know. Well, maybe even late, because when Kelsey initiated, he was 2 cars back, and then he initiated. He's going to grip up. He's going to shoot on in. So the track is transforming, and then also that inside clip. That was just a weird transition. Yeah,
I think that getting stuck under the chassis might have had something to do with it if we had a time to dissect it. But not today.
Kelsey a little defeatist right now, saying that she feels she lost it, but we will see. Okay, waiting for the outcome here. All right, we are finding out, and we are getting the update here. Unanimous, Nate Chen gets the win. Nate Chen gets the win. And there you go. So Kelsey, like she said, she's still got a smile on her face, great attitude. Always. Yeah, but Nate Chen putting it together. Congratulations. All right, after our next battle, we're officially halfway through our top 32. Margaritas Katsanis and Jack Davis.
It'll be interesting. Margaritas had a little incident in practice where a suspension failure hit the wall in initiation, and hopefully got that car back together and 100%.
Katsanidis. And yeah, Katsanidis, the Greek doctor, that thing was towed off. I mean, yeah, so we'll see. You know, if the car's back together,
we haven't heard anything bad, so no news is good news, unless we're skipping a battle.
No, we're going on to it, man.
Yeah,
that is
awesome.
The Greek doctor, Katsanidis, against Jack Davis.
Fresh off the surgery bed.
Right? Scalpel. All right. Doctor. It's all ball bearings these days. Greek doctor initiating into the first outside zone. It might be fixed, but has it fixed? Hasn't been fixed properly. So Katsanidis, Greek doctor in that second outside zone, seems that now lets it slide, lets it get loose. Lets it sail out there on that second outside zone. Jack Davis, Works, BMW E36.
Yeah, I mean, besides the little hiccup here that Margaritas had, you know, coming way short on our zone 1, Jack Davis did a really good job of adapting to that little mistake here as he reels him back in, letting him fill up the chase responsibilities here as they come through out of outer zone 2. Davis right there on his door practically, and does a nice little mimic transition there. Little shallow line, could have been a little back in the pocket where we want him, but good presence in the chase from Davis, and I think Margaritas definitely made up for the rest of the course after his initiation coming a little short in outer zone 1.
All right, so the Deechworks BMW E36 will be leading. See how Jack does with the clean air. That's Autosports logo being grinded off there. That's his symbol, his program. And here goes Jack on initiation. Handbrake pull, but it allows him to fill all of that first outside zone. A lot smoother. Like it, you know, just didn't seem glitchy. Now in that second outside zone, not exactly the deepest, but good precision. The fluidity here is really what's standing out in my eyes for Jack Davis out front. See Margaritas comes a bit short there on outside zone 3.
Yeah, just shooting from the hip here, I think Margaritas had just a few mistakes, especially the nail in the coffin might have been that outer zone 3. Lost a lot of approximation coming out of the transition into outer zone 3 and had to sacrifice a lot of the line there. So Jack Davis bringing in a nice initiation here. Margaritas kind of sacrificing a little line there, getting out of the pocket, but tries to reel him back in, sacrificing a little bit of angle to get back in there. A little too far forward, not deep enough in the zone, but Jack, that's probably his only deficit in the lead position here, is not being deep enough in outer zone 2, but I don't think that's going to affect the way the needle goes here. Margaritas just about straightening out there through outer zone 3 as they finish out the run here. I think the needle is wavering towards Davis at this point, Jared.
His body language is kind of like his driving. Chill.
Let's do this dance.
It's just really, really chill. Got glasses on. He's just, you know. Are you a cop? Are you a cop, Jack?
I'm not a cop.
No, he's not a cop. Deechworks, BMW E36, Jack Davis unanimously gets the win. All right, we're officially halfway through top 32. When we come back, more of our Link Engine Management ProSpec Championship. Don't go anywhere. I know you in the stands aren't going anywhere. So thanks for joining us here at E-Town.
Rockstar Energy gets me energized so I can go out and send it. Hustle on.
watched my first race yesterday.
You're on the team, kid. It's orientation day.
Hey, new guy. Let's get you up to speed.
Lunchtime.
Your workspace is ready.
Looks like you got a corner office.
Be part of something greater. Toyota. Let's go places.
All right. Again, thank you for joining us out here. That's you. That's me. Yeah, throwing up the horns.
I'm on TV.
Look at me, Ma. Yep. Got the baby girl. She's excited. All right. Here is the first side of the bracket. That is how the top 16 has been filled in. Hobson versus Jaeger, Olsen versus Haley, Madison versus Cole Richards, Nate Chen versus Jack Davis. That's who's advancing on. And y'all advancing on in the stands. What's going on? All right, the GT Radio Top 32 continues. Jared Dienda, Matt Sopa.
Hi, Aaron.
Aaron, you media goon. Pikes Peak, good luck. And to all those Formula Drift drivers that are at Pikes Peak Hill Climb this weekend. Saw Mad Mike posted something of the fastest dudes were all FD drivers or former FD drivers. Diochi R, Reese Millen, and the rookie Mad Mike in his 4-rotor Mazda 3. So I know they're gonna be watching. They got an early morning tomorrow for the hill climb. So hopefully pray for some good weather. Also shout out to the blocks, Leah Block and Lucy. Jaden, this 15-year-old phenom, second ever FD round. He's got nitrous, he's got a vet, and he's all Canadian, going against Human Rahimi. Jaden, aka Jay, that Jackson Performance Corvette goes in that second outside zone. Human Rahimi, good proximity, like him again, tucking back there as Jay, you can find him even deeper in that second outside zone, past that inside clip. Good transition from Human Rahimi, mimicking Jay. Look at how deep he is, and Human, that gives him a good opportunity to tuck in. Again, we said it, we'll say it again. If you got a good lead run, it's going to allow you to have a good chase run.
And that should, on both parties, very good job here. Jade could have been a little deeper in outer zone 1, but Rahimi did a good job of adapting to that and really reeling him in on that transition going to the outer zone 2. Jade could have been a little deeper in outer zone 2, but Rahimi didn't take advantage of that like other drivers we've seen on the other side of the bracket here, where they got to get ahead of that bumper. But Rahimi, good mimic there, but he could have been on the throttle just a little bit early, really put the pressure on here as Jaden throws on more angle in outer zone 3, gives Rahimi a little opportunity to close the door, or close the gap there.
Absolutely, so here we go, let's switch it up. Human Rahimi out front. Rahimi qualifying 31st, Jaden qualifying 2nd.
Max is inspecting for some leaks, perhaps.
Oh. And looks like we are clear to send. 100. Rahimi flirting with those cones, but navigates properly. Here we go. Second half of this top 32 bracket. Jaden with a very late initiation. That was weird. All right, so now Human Rahimi in that second outside zone. Jaden, so he is now not as deep as Human Rahimi. Again, a lot of these guys struggling in that chase position. Jaden taking out that inside clip now to that last outside zone. No. Human Rahimi goes into the wall.
Yeah, I think that was a shoot from the hip here decision. I think Rahimi just sent it too hard, and that would have been on him.
Yeah, if the lead car causes the chase car's contact, you know, obviously it would be the lead car's fault.
Yeah, you kind of follow him in there.
Yeah,
your friend jumps off a bridge.
Again, don't want to call too soon. Let's get that overhead, the truth serum.
Yeah, let's see.
Angle.
I mean,
real quick,
before that point,
was Jaden going to hit Human?
Yeah. So I think his little late initiation kind of helped him out there to kind of set him up for that transition. Unfortunately, the line was off. There might be a deduction there, but with Rahimi's incomplete there, it might be a moot point. But I really like the performance here from both drivers. Jaden really doing a good job there, and Rahimi just kind of made a wall and Jaden sandwich there.
Yeah, so let's take a look again, that angle. You do see it's almost simultaneous because Human has a lot of angle. Looks like Human was going to that wall.
Yeah, he wasn't going to come out of that. It's not like Jaden helped him deeper into the wall or made the collision worse.
But watch, they do go tire on tire. Oh yeah, Human was
the wall was there first.
Yeah, but his line was incorrect.
Yeah.
So let's just, you know, if you remove Jaden from this scenario, it seemed that his line was just going right towards the wall.
Yeah, it was independent. They might classify in the rules or the flow chart of deciding who's at fault.
Right.
Looks like he's taking a little New Jersey dirt home with him.
Yep. All right, clean up there on aisle 3. Jaden and Human Rahimi. It looks like Jaden Matarana gets the win. The Canadian 15-year-old taking out Human Rahimi and advancing on.
Not a bad way to debut in ProSpec at his age, having 2 top 16s in a row. Good on him. Yeah, let's take another look here. You can see he's doing a little left foot brake. He might have even seen it coming, but yeah, that's a little drift sandwich. Hold the bread.
Yep. All right, so the Jackson Performance Corvette. Oh wow, that's a fun fact. All right, when we come back, we will have more Formula Drift action. Round 2 of the Link Engine Management ProSpec Championship. Again, clean up on aisle 3, getting all hands on deck here at the Crazy 8, that is E-Town. Just throws a early transition.
Made in Japan. Breed.
Passionate about a life in racing? Circle track, drag racing, drifting, or Monster Jam. Find it all at the University of Northwestern Ohio.
If you want to get everything you need to know about Monster Jam, about motorsports, you got to go to UNOH.
It's been the best opportunity I've ever taken. I've gotten so many opportunities, so many different connections.
It builds every basic skill that you need to be able to work in racing and get your foot in the door.
See where your future can take you with a high-performance motorsports degree from the University of Northwestern Ohio.
GT Radio. Experience ultra high performance.
You know, everyone on the team believed in him. We put him behind the wheel of a Mustang, and you know, this year it's a story for itself. He's been having a really, really awesome job this year.
And now the judges have to factor in both runs.
I'm just pumped. I'm back in my groove, but put it behind us, moved on, and we've made it back up to the top.
Drivers, as you said, Jared, but look at the pressure here by JTB. Matt Field out front, trying to make one more go at it here as they come through this last turn.
And I was right there on his door. He pulled me a little bit on the run-up, but I closed it immediately, got on him. Every transition was like within inches of him. I gave him a couple little bumps, but ended up finishing all right.
And Arturo Masayama put on one heck of a run ages ago, but look at Chelsea DeNova. You see the attitude of the car. Do you see him get into formation? Masayama for a little more angle at it. And Chelsea maxing out the angle. Let's see this transition. How do they handle this? All right, thank you so much to our track service and our corner workers and everybody for cleaning up the track. Tons of dirt out there on that outside zone 3, so they brought out shovels, blowers, brooms. They brought out a backhoe. You see that? It was crazy.
I think you were watching that.
Yeah. Farouk Kawai versus Amanda Sorensen. Farouk and Amanda, we have this first time we're seeing her this season. She's been a busy gal. We've seen her in Formula Drift years prior, but she's been racing Extreme E as well, which is the international all-electric series. So she's been busy. Her brother, Brandon Sorensen, competed in Pro. We'll see him tomorrow in head-to-head competition. But right now, it's Bay Area against Amanda Sorensen. Farouk will lead. The Ineos Oil Pedal Commander S chassis. Whoa, Amanda overcooks it, exceeds the course's edge. That's going to allow Farouk to have a little bit of... Oh, Farouk goes and exceeds... Oh, man. All right, so we are both on the struggle bus right now. A little bit of kind of getting aggressive. Both steer clear the wall. That made me nervous. Amanda got squirrely Dan there.
Yeah, I'd like to see another look at Amanda's initiation there to see if she kept at least 2 wheels on course there. So Farouk, good initiation there. Looks like, yeah, just a little.
Yeah, it wasn't as bad as second
definitely,
glance.
Definitely watered it down there, but Farouk, we got a couple off there. Well, probably maybe 1, maybe 2. Yeah, we'll call it there. A little brush of the paint there, but Amanda keeping the presence there. Could have done a little better job of mocking the transition there. Would have set her up better for outer zone 3. Farouk could have filled outer zone 3 a little better. So now we'll switch positions and see what Amanda can do out front with some clean air.
Both of them having some struggles there, like I said, but at second glance, Amanda's mistake on initiation wasn't as volatile as it kind of made it out to be. It looked like the car got disrupted, though.
Yeah, it looked like it was initiation you wanted to do in the lead run instead of the chase.
Yeah. All right, so now Amanda will be out front. She's got the clean air. All right, looks like we got some liquid down on the start line. They're going to put down some kitty litter, absorb it up. It's going to take a moment. All right, so taking a look at Amanda Sorensen's vehicle, Farouk Kawai. And you can see already in is that 15-year-old Jaden. Who's he going to go against? It'll be either Farouk or Amanda. But we are halfway through our top 32. You can see 9 vehicles already in, just a few more ready to go. Looks like they're pulling them on up, and we are clear to send. All right. Amanda leading, United States Air Force. BMW, here we go. Amanda Sorensen leading, chasing down. Down is Farouk Kawai, so Amanda a lot more refined there in that lead position, got the clean air into that second outside zone. Nice job. So look at that. You can see the confidence going her way. Now Farouk, really good job by him in that chase position. Takes out that inside clip. Just a little nudge in that final outside zone. Farouk, good proximity. Tries to flex there towards the end.
Yeah, at this point, first glance, I think it could go either way. I feel maybe the mistake of Amanda Sorensen's initiation on chase, it didn't look bad, but it might hold her back from the decision here. But Farouk also missing outer zone 1 there. I feel like that was probably a bigger deficit than chase, because I think he did a pretty good job here, staying in his lane, so to speak. Not as much angle, but He kept it in outer zone 2. Amanda, both smooth. Farouk as well. Good transition here. He kept the pressure on just enough to have good presence there, sacrificing a little bit of angle there in outer zone 3, but also filling it as well. Doing a good job there, so it could be in anybody's hands at this point. The judges are kind of reviewing something over there in our replay booth.
Yeah, taking a look at both lead versus lead and chase versus chase. Oh my gosh, bro, your shirt's on fire.
That Guy
Yo,
Fieri?
your shirt is on fire. Guy Fieri is here.
Got raisins in that burger?
Flavortown here in New Jersey. And my dude is ready to party over there. He just caught a flight from, I don't know, Jamaica or something with that outfit. Is that? Oh, I think that's Bernie. Weekend of Bernie.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that was Bernie.
Yeah, it's interesting what we're looking at, the judges we're looking at. But let's take another look here at outer zone 2 as Farouk putting on the pressure here. Amanda doing a good job of keeping that car nice and steady. Nice smooth arc in the inner clip one. Farouk giving a little tap to the inner clip as well. Good transition here. Sacrificing a little bit of line to angle to put some pressure on right before the finish line. Be nice be interesting to see what we're deliberating over here. If we could get a judge's input on what's going on here. There's a lot of eyes on the screens here. Very tense moment.
All right, 3 judges quickly glancing over there and taking a look inside the cockpit of Amanda Sorensen, her BMW. All right, so we'll take a look. All right, so taking a look inside the Amanda Sorensen cockpit, waiting to see the verdict here. It looks like we have him here. Slide him left for Farouk or right for Amanda Sorensen. And it looks like Farouk Kawai gets the win. And I am hearing from Brian Eggert, they're saying that she straightened in the chase, was it? Right after outer zone 1, going to outer zone 2. So here it is, going outside zone 1.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Because they're so close to frame, it's kind of hard to see that. Good eye on you guys, judges there. That's a good catch.
Yeah, and again, I think just on initiation, you know, Farouk wasn't the tidiest, let's be honest. I was kind of splitting hairs in my mind, lead versus lead, chase versus chase. I thought Amanda did a decent job, but that is a blaringly obvious mistake.
Yeah, I feel
that chase.
Yeah, I agree. I think without that deficit, it could have gone either way. Maybe one more time.
All right, so Farouk advances on. What's going on here? Is this Amanda leaking stuff?
No, just more landscaping things.
Yeah?
Yeah. I don't know whose lane that was.
I think that was Amanda.
Unfortunately, that's right in our lead and run up, so.
All right, so throwing down again some more solvent. It's gonna suck it up. Solvent absorbent. All right, if you have not watched it already, please tune in. Rockstar Energy Drink, Controlled Chaos Season 2. It's back. So be sure to tune in and watch Rockstar Energy following Mr. Ryan Turk and Frederick Osmo. Championship.
I've won the championship twice now. I think we can do it again.
Let's go. Let's do this.
Your winner at round 1. Look at Osmo. He's a magician. Here we go. Rain or shine, these guys are down for a good time. You can't count anybody out.
Everybody's really pushing the envelope. One mistake and that's it.
Oh my goodness.
What did I do wrong? I don't get it.
So it's all about attrition here in St. Louis. We're in the playoffs, man. We are fighting for it tooth and nail. And Osmo goes hard. Matt Field, the guy to beat.
We got 20 seconds to shine. We can't make any mistakes. If you do, you're out.
It's going to be coming down to Irwindale, kids.
Is Matt feeling the pressure? Absolutely.
The championship is on the line. Ryan Turk, he says, hold that Rockstar, homeboy, let me show you something. Matt Field is out. Huge repercussions here. Your winner, Frederick the Norwegian Hammer Osmo! What an amazing ending
to a 2022 season.
All right, we are back. A little RC drift car action, scaled down versions. Thanks for joining us here at round 2 of the Link Engine Management ProSpec Championship. How's it going? Matt Sopa up here in the booth. He'll be down on the start line tomorrow for round 4 of the Pro Championship. But right now, up here in the booth, giving some insight. Make It Modular is his company, building some parts. There's Kevin Wells. Kevin's been doing a good job of Kevin's corners, as well as the Type S video breaking down the lights. I thought that was a really great video. Also, Outer Zone, if you haven't listened, holy cow. Who said that? I can't see anything now.
That is a loud color.
My eyes are burning. Holy cow.
Even the scrunchie.
Even the scrunchie is high vis. My man. Cannot lose him at Disneyland. No. So a casual Friday out here, ProSpec, cheering on the up-and-coming pilots and drivers. All right, here we go. Moving on to our next battle. Rudy Hansen, points leader, but was defected to go to his second run because he had it incomplete on his first. He qualifies 26th. Connor O'Sullivan.
It's kind of one of those things on paper. You see the qualifying result, and you just kind of look at it in 2 dimensions. Be like, well, kind of paper Sullivan, but we know better as far as Atlanta went.
Yep, that was his win in Atlanta. You know, him and Ben Hobson just going toe-to-toe. Really good battles there. And Ben Hobson seems like the guy to beat here right now. He's just firing on all cylinders.
On a heater.
But, yeah, he is absolutely. But Rudy Hansen, you know, just when it clicks, it comes all together for him. And that was really great to see for him, his team, Atlanta. And he even said it, you know, when interviewing him on the podium, he says, you know, 22, he says, I'm going to be up there next year. And sure as heck, there he is. He manifested it, and it came to fruition.
Yep. I think his one of the things stopping it would be, you know, someone like Hobson or anybody else in the bracket, to be honest. But Hobson's, as I was saying, he's on a heater. He's the last 3 events that he's competed in, he's qualified first, including FD.
There you go. All right, so again, Hobson, seat time. That has equated to him where he's at, but Rudy Hansen would love to, again, continue his success streak. But Connor O'Sullivan, car number 107, that RTS BMW.
Definitely no slouch, so it'll be very interesting.
He is going to be leading. Let's see what O'Sullivan's got for us. Initiates into that first outside zone. Gets all the way out there, Rudy Hansen. Good commit initiation, didn't have the car exactly where it needed to be. And O'Sullivan, look how deep and the angle that he's got. Ooh, he comes out of it a little early on that second outside zone, but Rudy Hansen, great angle. Let's see that proximity. Let's see mimicking that angle. Yeah, that was nice. A little later towards the end of that last outside zone 3.
And Rudy had a lot of sacrificial angle there going into the outer zone too. We'll take a look at that. But first, here's O'Sullivan. Nice, aggressive initiation. Filled the outer zone 1 completely. I liked Rudy's initiation too, and like the proximity here, but he just didn't follow through with that. I was like really pumped to see him. All right, he's going to door him all the way through outer zone 2, but just couldn't get completed there as he's trying to reel him in here. Good mimic with Rudy in the transition here, but also still sacrificed the angle for a little bit of more proximity. So I think the needle is wavering towards O'Sullivan here at this point.
My man Kevin Darwish in the building from Canada. Thanks for joining us out here. Hashtag FDNJ. Let everybody know we are here at Formula Drift. Round 2, ProSpec. Rudy Hansen will now lead. Connor O'Sullivan give a chase. O'Sullivan, you know, going against Rudy Hansen, our most recent winner, you have to think that he is going to absolutely try to get on his door, banging doors. He's got to have some confidence here. He knows Rudy Hansen has what it takes to get on top of the box, and boom, right there. So look at that. O'Sullivan knows that Rudy Hansen is going to put down a good lead run. He needs to do it, and he is delivering. So good job by Rudy Hansen. Look at the attitude, pulling that front right wheel off the ground. Woo! Put it right into the outside zone 3. Signed, sealed, and delivered. Well done by Rudy Hansen.
Yeah, there's a couple of things that'll go hand in hand here. Outer zone 3, I think Rudy shined a little bit better in the chase position over O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan had to really sacrifice after the transition into the outer zone 3. The fact that he was going to be taking a Applebee's through there. So let's take another look here. Rudy filling that zone beautifully. O'Sullivan a little shallower, getting a little behind there, and Rudy making a nice transition out of zone 2, staying smooth through the entire run as O'Sullivan's putting the pressure on, sacrificing a little angle, a little wavering, going back and forth. But look at here, look at that transition. He's anticipating it really well, but it threw him off his line. His line was completely off, not filling the zone at all. And Rudy doing a really good job in the lead position. Sullivan could have taken a little better advantage of that transition. So take another look here. Rudy pulling up that front right wheel as they transition into outer zone 2, and O'Sullivan putting the pressure on, just about getting that TH of that Track Tires Company S13 as we roll through out inner clip 1. And there's with the transition. He had the timing right, but he didn't follow through, and that might have been an advantage Hansen at this point.
Love splitting the hairs here. Look deeply into my rear quarter glass, and I think he's trying. I think he's trying to trance out his other drivers. Put him in a trance.
You get this close.
Race Tech Services, RTS, BMW, Solely Racing. Shout out to the AZ Rags guys. All right, awaiting the outcome here. Guys are really analyzing, more focusing on the O'Sullivan lead run and Hansen chasing. I don't know exactly the point of interest that they're focusing on.
It almost looked like there was some run-up contact there when O'Sullivan was chasing.
All right, here comes our BC Racing Go for Gold side-by-side instant replay. BC Racing, the official suspension of Formula Drift. Go for gold.
Yeah, here we go. Look at that. See, Rudy got tucked up close, but he just couldn't close the door on there. Had to sacrifice a lot of line and angle. Where O'Sullivan kind of much more consistent through there. But I think maybe the wow factor that might lead into Rudy's favor here is that chase. Look at how far off Sullivan is in comparison. So it's kind of tomato-tomato.
It seemed like Rudy was off in outside zone 2, O'Sullivan was off in outside zone 3.
The thing is, Rudy was still in outer zone 2 at that point. So
the fans are saying Hansen 45%, O'Sullivan 34%, and 27% is saying one more time. So slightly edging out is Hansen. Hi, how are you? Thanks for.
I'd like to see one more time, Jared.
One more time?
Honest.
Yeah, that's justifiable.
Let's clean it up, dial it in.
Okay. Let's see if you're right. One more time, and
Survey
one more
says.
time. Survey says one more time across the board. So Connor O'Sullivan and Rudy Hansen are going at it again. Yeah, we started getting splitting hairs because again, you did that good, you did that good, you did that bad, you did that bad. So
let's just clean the slate and see you next time.
Wash, rinse, repeat. Actually, just
don't repeat. Or
don't rinse. Don't wash. Don't rinse. Just repeat. Zach Farrar, Dustin Miles, these guys, again.
A couple 2Js under the hood.
Yeah, a couple Steezy S chassis. All right, you got Zach Farrar, the Shichoku S chassis, and then Dustin Miles, his kind of neon colored, different colored wheels.
Both from different corners of the country.
Yep. Similar love of the game. Here we go. Zach Farrar will lead, Dustin Miles giving chase. It's our first one more time we've seen here in ProSpec.
Yeah, very good.
So Farrar qualifying 10th, Dustin Miles qualifying 23rd. Farrar will lead. Tattoo company, right?
Unknown tattoo.
Here we go. Zach Farrar, big angle there. Shichoku S chassis into that second outside zone. Oh, nice. Man, backing in that back bumper. He likes his cars looking good, but he doesn't mind bashing them up.
He's
tell you that.
Guy.
Dustin Ooh, almost wrapped it around the inside clip. You saw him almost backing off, and Farrar just goes right to
Zero
left.
care.
Yo, Zach Farrar.
The best part about that was it didn't seem to interrupt his car or line too much.
No, it was purely cosmetic. It
Here we
shows
go.
you
Look
that
at
he's willing to
nice
dig
flick
deep.
there. Pouring the smoke on early. Could have filled AutoZone 1 a little better. Miles kind of in the background there, trying to make up some ground here, but I think he got a little startled here. He's like, oh, he's going to the wall. I thought he was going to stop. Now he's making up some ground here, getting it back in the outer zone too, but he just couldn't quite get back in that pocket. Zach on the throttle, pouring the smoke on. Miles trying to play up that catch-up game. Zach, he's like, oh, I got to make the other corner of the car match what I just did in outer zone 2. So taking a look at it here from the sky, Zach pretty dominant here in the lead position overall as Miles tries to make up some ground here in outer zone 2, but there he goes way offline there, got a little scared there as the contact there. Zach brings it around inner clip 1, good transition, nice fluid arc into the wall, but it didn't seem to upset the car too much. He's got that fine line of where your bash bar can absorb it but not upset the car and save the chassis.
Yep.
Now we're doing some zip tie mafia stuff.
Get those taillights strapped in.
Yeah, let's hear it for Kevin Wells. We got Max down there, Trey. All hands on the deck lid.
On the deck lid, or the lack thereof.
Yeah.
So strapping in some taillights, zip ties. Sure doesn't fall off. But he will. Fortunately, he is in the chase position now.
Yeah, he'll just use the front end of the car this time.
All right, there we go.
There's the deck lid deleted.
That'll
there.
do. That'll do, Pig.
Behind the scenes.
Dustin Miles now out front. Zach Farrar in the chase position. Let's see how Dustin does. Leaves him in the dust. Right, lights illuminating and extinguishing. Here we go. Dustin Miles. Miles into this first outside zone. Good initiation. Flirts with that wall. Hits it and quits it in that first outside zone. Farrar, good proximity, knocking on his door. Now coming to that second outside zone, you see Dustin. Look, good execution by Farrar. You saw that. See how Dustin was leaving, and Farrar actually chased him down. That was good. Into this final outside zone, Dustin looks like the car grips up, and Farrar, the best chase I've seen him do.
That was a good execution.
That was really, really well done by Farrar. Look at him hyped, feeling it.
He knows.
Yeah,
he knows what we know.
He knows. He was feeling it.
Miles here, good initiation. I think he could have been a little deeper in outer zone 1, but Zach is right there as he comes around. Awesome transition from Zach there. Keeping the pressure on basically through the whole outer zone 2. A little wavering from Dustin there. Little tire tap there.
Yeah.
We'll keep it together though. Zach will do the transition. Look at that. Inches from the bumper there. He brings it around, keeping the pressure on. Dustin a little shallow in outer zone 3 at first, but Zach didn't let it bother him. He kept the pressure on. It's good at that adaptation to the lead run. So, I mean, proof is in the pudding. I think it's going to go left here, Jared.
Well, it might be Farrar pudding. And there it is. Zach Farrar gets the win. Well done. I think he really sealed in the flavor there with that chase run. You saw just, again, good proximity, adaptation, and adapting to where Dustin was going. And especially on that outside zone 2 into 3, just I really enjoyed their coming out of outside zone 2, even when Dustin did.
I think that's the
awareness.
biggest spot that the judges are looking to shine, whether you're in the lead or the chase. Just, attacking that outer zone 3 into that wall.
Really good awareness. All right, so Z Kennedy is out here, the Canadian pilot. I know right before practice ending, went to the wall, so hopefully we'll see her car is up to snuff. Fortunately, she's ladder in these brackets, but she is going against multiple champion, PROSPEC champion, Dmitry Brutsky, and he knows his track, top 3. I mean, because we have the E-Town Gambler events, or they have them here, and he drives in all of those, so he's a busy man here at E-Town, so he's very familiar with this track, going against Z Kennedy. All right, Zandara chasing down Dmitry Brutsky. So Brutsky, the Drift HQ BMW. Coming through that start chicane. Quite a bit of a gap here between Brutsky and Z, and now looks like she catches up quite a bit. And Brutsky filling that second outside zone. Filling all of it. Good precision. You can see just very stoic, very settled, even though he never settles. He is settling right now. And into that last outside zone, and you saw Kennedy get to the side of that BMW. But like I said, so much equity here for Dimitri Brudski at E-Town.
I feel like Kennedy had a good opportunity because she had a really good lead run here from Brudski to take advantage of, to show a good chase, but I think she came up a little short here in just about all parts of the track here. Could have been a mechanical contribution to that. You know, that left rear took a big hit in practice. Brudski just smooth as butter here through filling all the zones, checking all them boxes. Not exactly a super wow, but when you make it look easy, sometimes it doesn't look as exciting as when you almost look like you're on that limit of struggling. So we'll flip it here and see what Kennedy has to offer in the lead run.
Okay, so Kennedy out front, Brudski. I have a feeling he's just gonna kind of surge here and there.
Yeah, and it can go back and forth. Like, I don't like seeing the surging. I don't know if I like seeing that smooth, like, let's get up there and find where that braking is. And, you know, you can only do that with a lot of seat time in practice with multiple cars and drivers.
All right, here we go. What is going to be the execution here? Z Kennedy needs a really solid lead run here. And she does just that. Good initiation, goes deep in that first outside zone 1. Approaching outside zone 2, just right there on the first entry line into outside zone 2. Dimitri Brudski, not as I said, I thought it'd be a little more aggressive there, but yeah, being very fluid. And yeah, Kennedy really good. Oh, and look at that, Brudski shuts it down. That's going to be an incomplete.
What an upset.
That thing just came to a very, very abrupt halt.
I wonder if he got cut power or something. I want to take another look at that. That's
wow, that is huge for Brudski and a big win for potentially Kennedy.
A huge gap with Kennedy, but you know what? She took that chase run, brushed it off her shoulder. She's like, I'm going to go fill out my responsibilities in the lead position. And Brudski, he might have been sleeping. I'm not sure what's going on here, but I expected a little more pressure from him. So she brings it around here, full angle, fills it outer zone 3 here just enough, but looks like I think he lost power there from the sky. So that's going to be, he's probably just upset.
Absolutely. So there it is. So looking at Kennedy, Zindara, just a big exhale here. Yeah, like you said, it looks like it just lost power, but a great lead run by Kennedy regardless, and exactly to your point. So Brudski taking off the harnesses. So also the judges are analyzing the lead run of Brudski and Kennedy's chase run now, because yeah, Bruds, you know, it was, let's just call it as violent, abrupt stop by Brudski, but they are also analyzing Kennedy's potential straighten on the first run.
Kind of similar to what happened to Amanda Sorensen here.
So here's Brudski, boom, shuts it down.
Let's take another look here. So Kennedy transitions. Brudski, yeah, it just looks like he turned the ignition off.
Power, yeah, shut her down. Shut her down. So here's Brudski's lead run and Kennedy chasing down. What they're analyzing here is basically lead versus lead, chase versus chase. Now, watch Kennedy.
Angle. Let's see if that straightens out. Was it opposite drift that they're looking at there? The wheels did kind of waver there, but the attitude of the car still suggested that it was in transition and drifting.
Matt, you're wrapping out with the judges. What are they saying?
Yeah, so talking to Eggert here, the wavering that I was talking about, Kennedy's transition into outer zone 2 when she was chasing Brudski, deemed that as a incomplete essentially. So now they're going to go lead to lead.
Lead versus lead?
Lead versus lead, yeah.
Chase versus chase, and just with both of their chases having some mistakes, they basically create a moot point and they cancel each other out. So again,
real barn burner here.
Yeah. What I thought was going to be pretty straightforward. I did not catch Kennedy on that understeer.
Yeah. Got to hand it to these guys for seeing that stuff, because when we're so focused on seeing what's happening in front of us, you know, they might notice something real close to frame.
Right. So Kennedy and Brudski impatiently waiting, trying to find out what's going to be the verdict. The Mantis angle kit on that thing. Fillets. Got Drift Cave on the side of the car. Drift Cave, that is Matt Field's shop up in the Bay Area. Man, just, yeah, the clock ticking away here, still trying to find out what's going on. All right, what do you think? What do we got? Is it Brudski? Is it Kennedy? Obviously, flying the Brudski flag. All right, sounds like they are going one more time. It is one more time. So again, a one more time between Kennedy and Brudski. Yeah, so again, talking to the judges, it was not unanimous. There was one judge that went and sided with Dimitri Brudski, and again, 2-1, and again, one more time overpowered that. Both of them incompleted their chase run, so they were comparing lead versus lead, and again, one of the judges siding with Brudski, but again, the one more time overpowers that, 2-1, so another one more time.
The democracy of drift.
Yep. All right, so a few more battles left. All right. Let's revisit O'Sullivan and Hansen. All right, so Connor O'Sullivan, Rudy Hansen. O'Sully will be leading. Hansen giving chase. We had a good battle on their first portion. Can they do it again? Are they going to rise to the occasion? O'Sullivan leading. Rudy Hansen in that chase position. Rudy Hansen a bit shallow coming into that first outside zone. O'Sully deep in the outside zone too. Rudy Hansen. Good mimicking. You can see the action of the car bouncing around now into this inside clip. O'Sully and Hansen. You can see Hansen needs to mimic that angle just a little bit more now through that finish line. Looking a lot more violent in their first run. They know who they're going against now. It says, nope, not going to leave the judge's hands.
Yeah, Hansen really turned it up about half a cup there in his chase position versus the first time. So O'Sullivan did a little bumper delete in our outer zone 1. Hansen put on the pressure and never really let go. Stayed in that pocket. That's where we want him in outer zone 2. More's on the pressure, sacrificing a little bit of angle, a little bit of wavering. There's also a little bit of wavering from Sullivan here, but look at that transition, mimicking him perfectly, getting the pressure back on the other side of O'Sullivan's car. They both fill outer zone 3 and bring it back home to the finish. Excellent. Now let's change the positions here and see what they got to offer. Rudy has to offer in the lead position.
All right, let's alternate the order. Rudy Hansen will lead, O'Sullivan giving chase. Hansen's got out front. O'Sullivan very aggressive on his chase run on that first battle. Is he going to do it again? Transitioning now in that first outside zone. Hansen, good angle from him. O'Sullivan. Oh, and Hansen, look at that quick little correction. You saw that going to that second outside zone. That allowed O'Sullivan to catch up. Now past the inside clip, some wavering there by O'Sullivan. See if he can lock it in. And there we go. So across that finish line.
And taking a look here. Rudy filling out that outer zone 1. O'Sullivan sticking right where with him. Here comes Rudy filling out the outer zone 2. O'Sullivan put on the pressure there, getting a little more proximity as Rudy comes out of outer zone 2, knocking out that inner clip 1. O'Sullivan, not as much pressure in the chase position here as Rudy had in outer zone 3, so that might be the deciding factor, that hair that we split in looking at these guys. Let's take another look here from the sky. Rudy pouring on the smoke here, good transition. Could have been a little more aggressive entering outer zone 2, but O'Sullivan makes up for it in the remainder of that zone as Rudy making a few corrections here as he rolls the throttle on, getting through inner clip 1. O'Sullivan, like I said, not as aggressive coming into outer zone 3, and that might be the deciding factor here with these judges.
All right, so great job breaking it down there, Matt. Taking a look at the different angles here. O'Sullivan and Hansen waiting for the outcome. See who comes out on top. This is the one more time battle between our current points leader, Rudy Hansen. Is O'Sullivan gonna play spoiler? That RTS BMW. We have a verdict. Slide him left for O'Sullivan, right for Hansen. And it looks like 1, 2, and 3 voting for Rudy Hansen. So Rudy Hansen dialing it in. Unfortunately, O'Sullivan knocked out. But after the one more time battle, Hansen pounding his steering wheel, excited that he continues on after, again, a lackluster qualifying yesterday. Gets it done and advances on into our 16. So our current points leader still lives to see another day. Hansen will be going against Zach Farrar. 4 more battles, including the one more time of Kennedy and Brutsky. All right, so we are here in our GT Radial Top 32, Tyler Foley and Josh Love. So again, another widespread. You got Connecticut versus Colorado, but 2 BMWs. Foley will lead, qualifying 14th. Josh Love qualifying 19th, so fairly equally matched as far as points and qualifying. But head to head,
Start lights out.
All right, that is a restart there. Foley might have rolled the light. Tyler Foley's got for Josh Love. Josh Love, a lot of seat time. Driven around multiple BMWs, ProSpec. Very busy man. Let's see what he's got. Rocking the black and purple Jordans and Dunks, matching his whip. Saw him yesterday. Good attitude, always a good attitude. Ready to advance on. Can he take out Tyler Foley? See the light right there in the middle. Extinguish and go. Here we go, Foley. All right, we got a clean start. Tyler Foley goes in that first outside zone. Yank of the handbrake. Josh Love falls into position. And that second long 180-degree outer zone. Foley and Love. Love right there. Look at that. Well done. Again, the E36 out front of Foley. Ooh, look at that. Josh Love, aggressive. Right into the door. Like that transition. Could have been deeper into the outside zone, but just love the aggressiveness.
Let's look at another nice little handbrake initiation from Foley here. Josh trying to make up some ground there in the transition. He certainly does, but he sacrifices a little angle here as Foley fills out that outer zone 2. Josh just getting a few tires there in outer zone 2, but also Foley leaving there a little bit early, keeping the pressure on Foley. Josh transitions beautifully here, gets a little too deep in the pocket, but brings it back right before the finish. So I feel like just if we had to go with that run, that Josh might be at a little bit of an advantage.
Let's see. Did we get a clean run? Josh Love will now lead, Foley giving chase. Track is clear. Moving on. Lane drivers going against either Ketty or Brunsky in the 16. Josh Love, straight line approach, right in that first outside zone. Foley mimics that line of Love. Left foot brake, Foley getting checked up there. Not mimicking the angle, doesn't have the proximity, but now past that inside clip into that last outside zone. Foley now surges an attack. You can see how deep Love was, and Foley just not even in the same realm, in that same outside zone.
Yeah, if we're comparing their chases, I think Love definitely had an advantage there. Foley just kind of had to make a lot of sacrifices in order to do proximity, which you don't always want to do here. Josh making a nice entry there, filling off the zone. Foley going right into that, like, let's sacrifice some angle to get some approximation here. It just doesn't add up for him this time. So Josh, smooth into the inner clip one. Good transition from Holy, but it just wasn't deep or was too deep. He had to pull back, full angle back, and just couldn't look as smooth as Josh was in the chase position. Josh with an equally good lead position as he had in the chase.
All right, let's see who's coming out on top, who's advancing on the 16. Do we have a winner, Foley or Love? Slide up left for Foley or right for Josh Love. Love gets the win, the After Hours Auto Sports, gentlemen. Advances on. So congratulations to Love. We'll see you in top 16. Foley knocked out. All right, who's in the box? Looks like we are revisiting that of Brutsky and Zandara Kennedy. I don't know if you knew, but Sopa, you can place your bets. I've been saying it for multiple years. If you're a betting man, well, now you can be a betting man or woman. So head on over here. You can bet on Formula Drift New Jersey. That's right. So sign up now, place your bets, look at the odds. Who are you putting your money on? Scan the QR code and you can bet. Scan to sign up. Check it out. Go and scan that code and you can place your bets. All right, when we come back, we will see just a few more battles left. We got, what's that? Three more battles, including one more time. Don't go anywhere. Hey, Rapper Dan, how you doing? Just throws up on the early transition.
Made in Japan. Breed.
Passionate about a life in racing? Circle track, drag racing, drifting, or monster jam. Find it all at the University of Northwestern Ohio.
If you want to get everything you need to know about Monster Jam, about motorsports, you got to go to UNOH.
It's been the best opportunity I've ever taken. I've gotten so many opportunities, so many different connections.
You build every basic skill that you need to be able to work in racing and get your foot in the door.
See where your future can take you with a high-performance motorsports degree from the University of Northwestern Ohio.
GT Radio. Experience ultra high performance.
The Type S Gauntlet presented by AutoZone. Round 2 of the Link Engine Management ProSpec Championship. Tomorrow is round 4 of the Pro Championship here at Englishtown Raceway Park. There we are. We are back to see the one more time between Brudski and Zadara Kennedy. Both of them had mistakes on their chase runs. So to clarify here, Brudski had a very abrupt stop, but Z Kennedy, she counter-steered, right? So when she made the transition to 1 and 2, we barely caught it. The judges said, let's run it back, let's take a look at it. She had a major mistake. So basically that eliminated both their chase runs. We always say lead versus lead, chase versus chase. So chase runs are out the window, focus on lead. Brian Eggert said he thought Brudski's was a little more superior. The other judges said, all right, let's just call it a wash one more time. So here we are. One more time battle between Brudski and Kennedy. Brudski will lead, Drift HQ. BMW into that first outside zone. Nice job by Kennedy in the chase position. So little knowledge here off of that first battle for both of the drivers. Brudski, like I said, a lot of experience here at E-Town with the gambler events that they have here. In that last outside zone, Brudski, good clean run for Brudski and Kennedy. She kicked back a little bit, but I would say more confident and more fluid on the second run.
Absolutely, Jared. I felt the same way in her chase position. You just seeing the confidence and the attack there. Smooth. Brudski just as smooth in the lead run, like you said. Good lead run, good chase, can provide a good chase. And Zadara does just that. A little less angle there in outer zone 2, but she's very consistent. Doing a little bit of surging, matching the angles as she can. Does a good job of anticipating this transition as they go into outer zone 3, making up the ground, but also still fulfilling her chase position in that pocket where the judges wanted to see the chase driver in. So they took their lickings, now they're bringing back what they learned. Here's the first run where Kennedy kind of bobbled, see that?
Yeah.
And that's why we're here. So that's, Brudski had that huge deficit in outer zone 3 there in the first battle, and just that little bit put Kennedy in that same boat. So now here we are in the one more time.
All right, so here we go now, alternating the order. Kennedy up front, Brudski in the chase position. The Drift HQ, BMW.
Thumbs up, lights on.
So a couple more battles after this.
False start.
False start. So yeah, we got Austin Mata versus Cody Buchanan. We got Eric Medici versus Jeff Donati. Culminate our top 32 in PROSPEC. Remember, we are back here local time at 6:30. So taking a look. It's almost, it's about 10 to 4 local time.
Yeah, looking back at that first battle, see that straight in there kind of threw outer zone 1 on Kennedy there. It just wasn't as fluid, and they deemed that as such. So
yeah, so
that's the reason why we're here.
It's an incomplete. It's an incomplete in that chase run. I think that was definitely more telling as opposed to that overhead view that you can see
for sure.
Just countering, going back and forth. And that's you know, if you were chasing that would be really difficult. So, all right, here we go. Now clean slate here for Kennedy out front, big angle, good aggressive initiation, but it fights back, it grips up. She does get that back right tire into that outside zone 1, into outside zone 2. Again, looking a lot more fluid. Michi Brudski chasing her down. What can we do? What are you going to do as Kennedy? See that line. It's just being dwindled away.
That's going to be a tough one. At first, I was thinking Brudski was doing a much better job in the lead position than Kennedy at first, but then she started filling up the outer zone 2 a little better, but he was also falling back, trying to find that balance between, you know, having proximity and staying in that pocket. So here, she could have filled out outer zone 1 a little better. Brudski staying right there. Good transition from both drivers here. She could have been deeper in outer zone 2, but Brudski stays actually deeper, but doesn't keep up the proximization that he needs. She gets good proximity there. He doesn't do as good a job as mimicking the transition as Kennedy brings into the outer zone 3. And that's going to be a tough one to split hairs with here with the judges. Another look at from the sky here. Kennedy getting that outer zone 1 filled just enough to give Brudski something to chew on as he go through outer zone 2. He falls back. She's pulling away. He's trying to make up the ground, sacrificing angle and line a little bit there to make up for the fact that he needs to do something special here. So my needle, if I had to pick a direction here, I think it'd be Kennedy at this point.
All right, we can see Brudski already analyzing, taking a look at the live stream. I know he pulls up his phone and kind of scans back, wants to assess what's going on.
Listening to what we said about 10 seconds ago, probably.
Yeah, I think it's more of just even analyzing yourself.
Oh, for sure.
Just like any sport, you kind of bring over, analyze the tape, what's going on, what did I do, what could I have done better. All right, here we go. Here's our BC Racing Go for Gold side by side.
Yeah, look at this. The outer zone 2 here. Brudski definitely doing a little better job of filling up, but Kennedy, much better proximization, a little surging. I expected Brudski to do a little better job there in the chase position as they bring it around in outer zone 3. Brudski's filling outer zone 3 a little better, but again, I think Kennedy's chase is going to be the determining factor here.
Wow, if Kennedy here on this one more time takes out Brudski, multiple PROSPEC champion, and the fans are saying Kennedy 58%, Brudski 30%, one more time 12%. So again, the fans watching at home are saying Zandara Kennedy with the advantage. Let's go. Slide him left for Brudski or right for Zandara Kennedy, and Brudski gets 1 vote. One more time, and Brudski gets the win. So Dimitri Brudski, 2-1. Brudski gets the victory after a hard one more time. So taking a look over the judges' shoulders. All right, so again,
we get some insight from the judges here.
Robbie, I believe, went one more time, correct? Robbie went one more time, so throwing on a headset here with Brian Egger. You side with Dimitri Brudski. Again, a good one more time battle. I could justify Z's mistake on that first battle, but now both you guys, you're 2-1 siding with Brudski.
Yeah, just watching it, it came down to the leads again. They both had a little bit sloppy chase runs, but he did a slightly better job in the lead, and we feel like being able to do a good chase behind a good lead is the easier thing to do. So I picked him for the win because he just gave her a better lead run to chase.
Okay, and Z, you felt just wasn't as tidy, wasn't as clean.
Yeah, she could have got a little deeper in a couple of the zones, and I think if she had done that, then it would have been an easy one more time or possibly the win for me from her.
Yeah, it was pretty close though. I mean, I felt Z had a pretty good, and even Sopa is saying, Needle's kind of going towards Kennedy.
Yeah, no, she did good. I mean, compared from Atlanta to now, like she's definitely improved a lot, and it's amazing how much more comfortable she's getting in the car. So can't wait to see what happens next.
Absolutely, thank you so much, Brian. All right, so Brudski moves on. 2 more battles left, and it looks like it is Austin Mata versus Cody Buchanan. Cody Buchanan very aggressive on initiation yesterday in qualifying, and Mata just consistently wild. He just always has a very aggressive style, and would love to advance on to the 16. Let's see what you got. Austin Mata, Cody Buchanan. Mata initiates, and boom, right into that outside zone 1. Buchanan getting bathed in smoke, and Mata goes and shreds that back bumper. A little off course. Definitely want to see the overhead view on how violent or aggressive that was. Buchanan, you can see him kind of just wavering back there. And then into that final outside zone. Like I said, Mata, just always aggressive.
Yeah, I really like the aggression as we get through the bracket here. The track is continuing to dry up. There might be some little wet spots here, but we're seeing that more and more aggressive as we get through the bracket here. Awesome. Cody getting in that pocket right away. Austin having a little struggle there in outer zone 2, but he does keep it together here. That bumper being the lead off of that front car is not a problem for Cody here as they do a transition into outer zone 3. Austin could have filled that up a little bit better, but Cody puts on the pressure through the finish line there. Nicely done.
Yeah, I like Cody's proximity.
No, absolutely. Yeah, taking another look here through the sky. Austin filling out that outer zone really well from this perspective, and Cody getting right on his door. He's not letting that bumper get in his way. Sacrificing a little bit of angle here. Might be the wide angle of the drone, but he's right there on the he's taking a little bite out of his side skirt there as they transition outer zone 3. You can kind of see the proximity he puts on there. Not quite filling the zone, sacrificing angle, but I think he did a good job there overall in the chase position for Buchanan.
All right, Buchanan now with the clean air, and Austin Mata shredding that back bumper. He's gonna move on. What do we got? You're clear to send. Medici and Donati after this, but right now, Buchanan out front, Austin Mata in the chase. All right, Cody Buchanan, very aggressive on initiation yesterday. Looks like he dials it back a little bit. Mata very short, very shallow on initiation into that first outside zone. And Buchanan, oh, look at that Mata. You can see him dipping that back right tire, causing that front left to lift. Now into that inside clip. There goes Buchanan punching it out of the way. And Buchanan down that final outside zone. And Mata, like I said, from start, very short on initiation, and I feel like he even knows it. Just that's a telltale on like just pushing that gas pedal through the ground.
Yeah, I feel like Austin had to drive his car, maybe his abilities at about 103% to keep up with Cody. Another interesting we'll look at in outer zone 2, but Cody with an awesome initiation here. Austin kind of like didn't expect that angle, so he brings it around and does do good proximity. But the thing to note here is that he's having good proximity with the same line, even lifting up that front left tire. So he gets back in the pocket there and just constantly struggling, sacrificing a little bit of angle. Decent transition there, but he just didn't put the pressure on, I feel, as elegantly as Cody did on his chase position.
Yeah, Buchanan just made his presence felt. Mata, you can see him, you know, if you're Cody, you're seeing him upright, you know. Here's Cody in his Nissan just looking over, and he's looking forward towards, as opposed to looking over his shoulder to the right.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's very indicative of, unfortunately, Mata just getting thrown off from the beginning, trying to just dial it in and just got thrown off. All right, so Austin Mata, Cody Buchanan, and looks like Cody Buchanan's gonna get the win. Cody Buchanan gets the win, advances on unanimously. He's going against the winner of the next battle. Congratulations to Buchanan. After yesterday, he qualified 27th. Remember, he hit that wall really hard, threw him off, threw him out of the line, out of sorts, but seems like, yep, all right.
Sometimes drivers like to do that. They like to know where that limit is and then dial back.
Exactly. All right, one more driver left to join the 15. As we can see, Hobson versus Jaeger, Olsen versus Haley, Madison, Richards, Chen versus Davis, Jaden, the 15-year-old, against Farouk Kawai, Rudy Hansen versus Zach Farrar, Dimitri Brutsky versus Josh Love, and Cody Buchanan versus either Eric Medici or Jeff Donati. Get off your phone, bro. Come on, pay attention. We got our last battle. Yeah, I know. Okay, I get it. You're placing your bets. It's good. Go ahead. Scan down the, download the app. Eric Medici, Jeff Donati. Both these guys driving really well yesterday. Eric Medici versus Jeff Donati in the BMW. Let's see what we got here from Medici. These guys, you'll have a halftime break here. Get to cruise the pits. Go check it out. Pick up your Lean Customs pins over at the. Go pick up your Formula Drift merch. So many things to do. I mean, there's a United States Air Force Thunderbird in the building, man. Let's go whip that thing around. So, yeah. You ready? I got the keys. No big deal. Here we go. Eric Medici. No, I don't. Eric Medici and Jeff Donati. He's got the keys to my Jeep. Boom, boom. Here we go. Medici into that first outside zone. Mild to wild. All right, transitioning now past and into that second outside zone. Medici, Donati, way shallow. Where is Medici going? And also, even where is Donati going? Now past that inside clip, attacking is Donati in that final outside zone. All right, some opportunities to tighten it up a little bit, twist the screws.
I think the blame goes on both sides. They couldn't decide whether it was the chase or the lead position that was given kind of a little rough start here on their battle. So Medici, straight line initiation, fills the outer zone really well. Could use a little more angle there, but Jeff's making up some more ground here as they swing it around here. Medici definitely not filling the zone completely, but enough. But Jeff sacrificing all the line, almost all the angle, just to get that proximity. Gets a little closer there as they go through inner clip 1, transitioning Medici just not filling up those zones, and Donati kind of trying to,
trying to figure out, dealing with what he was dealt.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I was trying to think of that analogy where you make something good out of something not so good.
When you got lemons, you make the lemonade.
Yeah.
If you got something, just squeeze it up and see what happens. Yeah. Just put it right in your hands and just crush it. All right, so here we go. Jeff Donati will lead. Eric Medici giving chase. Jeff Donati, let's see what kind of initiation we got here from him. Into that first outside zone. Man, he really exceeded that in a very unique place. That was kind of weird. All right, Jeff Donati. Whoa, buddy. He is... when he colors in a picture, there's no lines. He just colors
No
all
lines,
over that
no
page,
numbers.
man. Here we go. Jeff Donati into that final outside zone. And Medici crossing the finish line. Donati and Medici. So,
and I'd say just shooting from the hip here. Let's go one more time and let him sort it out. I'm kind of disappointed.
Nice fight. Yeah, that was, last battle of PROSPEC.
Now, granted, Jeff had just put this car together after he wrecked it in Atlanta, but they both had similar initiation and filling out outer zone 1. But Jeff just had a really lazy transition there going in there. Outer zone 2, eventually filling it, but Medici was keeping his presence there, but just didn't have the smoothness keeping the pressure on Donati here as they bring it out. Jeff filling out outer zone 3. Medici present. Pretty, it's pretty... It wasn't obvious to me, but...
Eric Medici gets the win. Donati just too many mistakes, both in lead and in chase. So Eric Medici gets the win. Mild to Wild in the Subaru BRZ. So congratulations, as we are seeing Medici move on. He will be going against Cody Buchanan. So some new faces here in top 16. Overall, the bracket is set here, round 2 of the Link Engine Management PROSPEC Championship. Remember, this is after this week and after tonight. Whoever holds the carbon fiber trophies, we're halfway through our Link Engine Management PROSPEC Championship.
Excellent, yeah.
So, but your thoughts here as we wrap it up. We'll be back here, local time 6:30. We got 2.5 hours. We got some time, man, so we can go.
I felt like we
grub
got
and hang out.
Yeah, the left side of the bracket was we got a lot of heavy hitters here, so that's going to be very interesting off the bat in the top 16. There's definitely no slouches on the right either. We got Jaden going against Farouk, old pro veteran. A lot of good things are going to happen here, so stick around for sure.
All right, well, thank you so much for joining us here. We'll be back here in about 2.5 hours. Local time 6:30. Just for reference, local time is currently 4:03. On behalf of Matt Soper, our judges, Brian Eggert, Robin Ishida, Chris Ewell, and Ryan Lontaine helping out, Sean Adriano, Ryan Sage, so many people to thank. Thank you to Pat Chantilly and all our course workers. We'll be back here in about 2.5 hours for the continuation. Top 16 here at E-Town. Round 2, the Link Engine Management PROSPEC Championship. This is the Type S Gauntlet presented by AutoZone.